Hello and welcome to another session of Deus Ex Randomizer. This is a recording that I'm doing that's going to be on stream, but at the same time, if nobody shows up, then I'm just going to treat it as a normal YouTube recording. So you can see that the chat is enabled up here in the top right, but if nobody shows up, I'm not really concerned about that. We're just we're beta testing a feature in the Deus Ex Randomizer called mirrored maps, and it's a pretty simple change. Wherever you think is right would be left, and wherever you think is left will be right. And it sounds like something that would be really simple, but it's actually amazing how much it alters the gameplay. Our layout, as you can see down below, is no pistols. We'll be playing on rando difficulty hard, combat difficulty hard. Those are pretty standard choices for the Deus Ex Randomizer. Okay, we are normal randomizer, entrance randomizer. This is something else that I want to show off in this video, which is that by using entrance randomizer, then in a single mission, or occasionally in grouped missions, you have these cases where you enter a building or you enter a door or something, and you end up in an entirely different map than what you were expecting. And there are markers to help you know where you're going and so on. But this gives a big, fun twist to the normal Deus Ex experience, so it's something I really want to show off on this video. I'm not going to choose any of my weapon skills yet to begin with, because I like to... Okay, here we go, 28 mirror entrance rando. I like to decide that after I actually see what the weapons are. So, well, that's really good for environmental training, we'll do that. And for everything else, I think we can wait for now, so we will get right in and we will start this game. Something that you'll notice is that I am not using the vanilla matter mod, which has the crafting and a few other balance changes, that the very fun mod that I play with practically every time. Right now, entrance randomizer is enabled for it, but mirrored maps is not enabled for it because it is a beta feature. Soon they'll expand that capability, but I just want to show off the features that are in development for this randomizer and show that they really are doing incredible work in continually adding more and more for this. So what I could do with these guys, since they're not really going to be very difficult, let's just give them the usual treatment.
Let's get out of here. I got this. Now this is what I signed on.
I think we'll probably be skipping these guys, since they're not really worth all that much trouble. I could, of course, use the sniper rifle on them. We don't have that much ammo for it, but it's enough to start out with. We'll wait until the combat music dies down, and then we will go down and finish the other guy. Tech goggles. Something interesting about tech goggles, if you're doing unmodded Deus Ex randomizers, that they see through... I believe they give X-ray vision. I hardly ever use them, but that's another balance change that they decided to include, which I think is pretty cool.
I think we're safe.
Is this guy going to turn around, or is he still looking at us? You know, since we're going to be using the sniper rifle, let's add the accuracy from the beginning. You'll notice that the bingo viewer to the bottom right is... Yes, since I'm on no pistols, I cannot use those pistols. The bingo displayer that I'm using in the bottom right is a bit cut off. That's a bug that they're aware of. I'm not really focused on doing bingos today, so that's not a major priority for me, but you can still see the bingos inside the game itself, so this is something that we can look at. Some of the things that we are expected to do are to kill the terrorist commander in this mission, read all 5 Know Your Enemy bulletins, those are inside UNATCO I believe, free Gunther from jail, check the SATCOM wiring. Like I said, these are not major priorities for me during this run, so whether I do them or not, we'll see. Really no priority for me. We have cigarettes, but those are not useful whatsoever. Oh, not that. Not useful for me whatsoever, so we will be avoiding those. How will we do this? We can just take this guy out right here. The question is, who else Smooth criminal. Okay. Now, I wonder where the terrorist leader is being held, because that's the real key to the first mission. You have to find this guy before anything else can proceed. Oh dear. Camera. That looks like a TNT crate if I'm not mistaken, so I can use that to break open the laser wires near Gunther. I don't have a good weapon yet. I really need something that I can use to take on these terrorists that are around here. But, like last time, well, we're gonna have the alarm pulled on us, and we're gonna have some pretty crazy, angry people getting mad at us very soon. Let's hope that they don't come from up there. They typically don't. That turret is a problem. See, by choosing no pistols, I have deprived myself of one of the key early weapons, because the pistol really is amazingly overpowered in Deus Ex. One of the things that I'm doing is that I have my game volume on very low so that I don't have some kind of echo effect inside the recording, and that'll be better for the recording, but that means that I am not aware of things like combat music and so on. So I would just request a little bit of patience when things go a little haywire, just trying to give the best recording that I can. When I say haywire, I mean like enemy troops coming and trying to murder me out of nowhere, things like that. But this is all for fun. We're just trying to show off the best. Oh, this is very good. Fire extinguisher, highly underrated.
Take him out. We're busted.
And if we can get Gunther out.
Gunther's in that room, one of our top agents.
I need hacking ability. How much is that going to be? Hacking ability that's pretty rough, and it costs a lot of energy. Still might be the point. Okay, let's take a look at our weapons damage. Rifle's going to be very good once I get up to the 3rd tier. That's 145%. That's really good. Pistols, I won't want very much because I am missing the pistol, but it is still good for crossbows. Heavy, virtually really not useful. Low tech, and gosh, none of these are really good. I guess I could do low tech, since that I will very likely be using quite a bit of low tech in the future, but hard to say. Okay, we're going from 9 to 38 here, going from 23. Okay, yeah, lockpicking, definitely. And we'll grab the computer. In vanilla Deus Ex Randomizer, door open. Okay. You use energy when you hack things, so you notice that my bioenergy is now much lower than before. Take my knife. So that's a balancing change that they made, because hacking in the normal game is just way too powerful. Gotta use this false brick, which is the way out. Funny that they include a false brick inside the Statue of Liberty Visitor Center, but that's an entirely different subject for an entirely different day. Let's see. UNACO compound hatch. That's what we're going to be using to check out the SATCOM wiring. I can open that up using a lockpick, but it's not really worth it. We can just go around the other way. Go through here, see what other clever things are awaiting us. The reason why I really want to free Gunther, besides the bingo ball that you can see is now lit up on my tracker down there, Gunther is incredibly useful for clearing out the enemy combatants that are outside. So I do very much like having him do my work for me, so that by the time I make it outside... Okay, cool. We now have the code for that as well. You can throw a crate into the air, and by the time it falls down, it should have enough velocity to destroy itself. Very useful if you've done rods that... wow, pepper gun. If you only allow things like stick to the prod and so on, which I have done before. I have actually done Freeman only mode, which is the crowbar only. I have done Stick with a Prod Pure, Stick with a Prod Plus. I've done actually every single mode except Ninja JC, and I did that. I made it all the way up to the missile silo at the end of the game, and then because of a very stupid mistake I made, I got soft locked. But yeah, so you can see Gunther going at it out there, doing a very good job doing our work for us. Now here comes one of the major features in Deus Ex Randomizer, which is that it stores your logins and your passwords that you have looked up in the past. So I don't need to go through my own communications information and grab that myself. Instead, I can just use the information that's stored there and it autofills for me, which is an amazing quality of life feature. I really, really love that. We can get out through here, and I think we're going to be using that. Yes. Okay, good. We'll knock out that guy down below using these throwing knives because I want to see what weaponry he has. And then we can take the loot that Gunther has been storing for himself. Crowbar, yes. How much does the crowbar do? 9 damage, that's not too bad. Oh wow, these throwing knives are terrible, just 10 damage. Okay, then we have a sustainable... we have a semi-sustainable source of damage here with this crowbar. At least it's not going to use up any ammo. So we're going to let Gunther take care of the enemies for us, while we check out a few of the locations where... here he comes for us. We're going to let the UNATCO guys defend us. I do want to check out this compound hatch like we were talking about previously.
Welcome aboard, Agent.
Because this is on my bingo goal list. As you can see, the bingo tracker now has 1 out of 3 visits for the SATCOM wiring listed. We have the autofill keypad, like I was mentioning before. Food. We can eat food. Computer 9 password. That should be... I'm imagining this is the one that's right outside the gate here. Oh, crossbow. That's extremely useful. That's a good... I mean, it's not a perfect... not a perfect substitute for the pistol, but it's good enough. We get a code from him, but I think it's a code we already got. So yes, we want some more tranquilizer darts with this guy. And we will set that to 1, 2... Yeah, those tranquilizer darts, I imagine, will be quite useful. You go for it, Gunther. You can do this. You don't need my help. Password known, yes. So what we're doing here, logging in, and we'll just turn that camera off. It's unfortunate that there's no turret attached to it, but we'll just have to live with that. So right now we're in a normal map. In the normal mirrored map setting, it's a 50-50 chance whether a map is going to be mirrored or not. Baton, how much is that? 7, terrible. The terrorist commander could be out here, but it looks like he's not. Nevertheless, we have found the boat, which is going to be useful for the exit of this mission. We want to check out what's inside this ammo crate. Thankfully, unlike my last run, I can hold more than 1 grenade at a time. Can I reach this? The randomizer, as a courtesy, starts you off with the fast run augmentation. In some layouts, like with Ninja JC, you get a different one, and with a few others you get a silent running Okay, what we're going to do here, we're going to turn on our flashlight, and we're going to bring these guys over to Paul and the bot, because there's nothing that Paul loves more than to kill NSF terrorists. Yeah, this will give us some good clearance to check out the right side. I'm thinking that the terrorist commander is going to be... Actually, how many places are there even left for him? We have to check out the utility shed on the opposite side, where the broken generator is. But I can't think of many other places. I actually did not check if he was next to Gunther. We'll take a look at that in a minute.
Everything was clear an hour ago.
Okay, we got a knife, and I actually did not check the damage on the knife. 5. Terrible. I'm willing to sacrifice the storage space in my inventory for a better melee weapon. Okay, we're getting some good ammo here. Very, very good stuff. Throwing knives. Not very powerful throwing knives this run, but they are throwing knives nonetheless. Oh right, there's a spot. There are specific spots where each of these goals can show up, and in this case, the terrorist commander can be inside that shed over there. Looks like Gunther's coming back out for a second round with these fellows. And they're running in fear, just like they should be. After all, if they had to fight Gunther as a... If I have to fight Gunther as a boss, we already know how unpleasant that is now, don't we?
Someone there? So
You know... Yeah, we'll do this, and then we will actually claim the bingo goal. Alex is going to be very mad at us for doing this, but nevertheless, we won, just like he says.
That's over the line. What did I just tell you? We won already. Report
And Paul's going to be really mad too, but the important part is that gets rid of all the terrorists that were around us. Important balance change that I have to mention. These PS40, they used to be the PS20 in normal Deus Ex, but in the randomizer they are PS40. What they do is that they send out a massive explosion. I think it's bigger than a GEP gun, actually.
yeah, I don't know.
And you can use that as a... Ooh, synthetic... Wow, regeneration synthetic heart. Those are 2 excellent choices. Let's hope we find a medbot pretty soon. Credits. Another PS40. I can only carry 1 PS40. In Vanilla Matter, you can choose more than one... you can carry more than one PS20, or rather, the way it works is that you hold on to the same one and it shoots out plasma shots. But in Deus Ex Randomizer, instead, you carry one and it sort of acts like a mini bazooka. So yes, you do not want to run up to an enemy and shoot the PS40 at them. You will absolutely die. There is no question about it. You will die.
Has your login and password. You found your office. Did Janice give you your login? I guess not. Let's see.
Password?
JCD
Bionic Man.
password.
Okay, we have a repair bot, and let's
Your
hope...
partner for the next assignment, Anna Navarro,
Yeah,
is
that's
an
more
agent
than
named
enough for
Rick
us.
to the east. Maybe you should introduce yourself.
We have the multi-tool here.
Hey, I'm trying to work.
That password for Manderley might be useful in Mission 5. Let's see, do we have... Kill 15 allies, destroy 3 walking security bots. Just looking at the bingo goals. When you see a glow like this, that means that there's a key or a data cube or something useful around these things. You can also see a glow around the bot, which shows that it is recharging. When it is fully charged, you will see that it turns green. Yes, there it is. So these are easy ways that you can tell that there's something useful nearby. Maybe we'll get a key to these. Alright, we can hack Alex's computer to get the password for his closet, and then we can recharge afterwards to compensate for our energy loss. That's something very important. One of the reasons why VMD appeals to me is that I do get to skip the energy loss that occurs when you hack things. it's a balance change for between the two versions, but it is something that I really do like. In fact, we don't need this wine whatsoever.
General.
We're going to use a nanotool,
Hey. Oh. So.
multi-tool, we will call. This guy is the merchant. He doesn't really have anything useful. We could buy some of these after we get paid by Manderley, but I don't want to spend that much money for things. Typically, the merchant really is a rip-off. Most of the time you'll find that his goods are very, very expensive, but occasionally you find something that's irresistible.
Hey. He was like.
When you see these clues right here, this means that your repair bot has been delivered to a safe place nearby. That tells you that a repair bot and or a med bot has been deployed. It's going to be in this map. That's the reason why it says repair bot in there. If it says med bot instead, then it is indeed a med bot.
Getting warm.
Okay, we're going to hack this because I know of no other way of getting Alex's the code for Alex's closet. Okay, it's 4230, and if we walk over here,
You're red hot. Looks like you found me.
just like that, it's done for us. So there are some amazing quality of life changes being included in the Deus Ex Randomizer. I cannot possibly recommend enough playing the Randomizer. Let me just double check to make sure that I am... Yes, I do have mirror maps enabled because this is 2 maps in a row now that are not mirrored. So it's only a matter of time before we do find one that is indeed mirrored. Okay, we went to Jaime, we went to Sam Carter. It is time to return to Manderley. Just checking to see if we can find a key card in here.
Are you sure you pressed the right button?
I do not make mistakes of that kind.
There's a glow here, but that's just coming from the other side of this right here, which is the data cube that we're missing. Oh well, we do not need that data cube.
What's that?
And this brings us into Mission 2, which we already know where the boat is. It's over at the regular placement for it.
Wish I was going with.
There's a particular player named Jesus on Wheels who is really the leader of the scoreboard right now. He's trying to do randomizer speedruns to get the world record. I think that he already has the world record, but he just wants to improve on it as well. And he's also the leader of the Deus Ex leaderboard. There's a score that is generated based on your performance and your speed in any given run, and it is posted online if you have your online features turned on during your run. And I've tried doing a few speedruns. It really stresses me out a lot. I am not very good at that kind of mentality. So there's a lot of room for people to jump right in and have a very good competition with Jesus on Wheels and some of the other runners. Okay, this map is definitely reversed left to right. You can tell that usually this is over here and so on, but the way this is going to work, this is going to be a heck of a muscle memory test for someone like me. But that's the fun of it, and we're going to... Okay, add a scope to... What are we going to do here? We have the Yeah, we'll use the pepper spray. You may remember from my first run that I am absolutely addicted to the pepper spray. Well, that was terrible. I guess we'll use throwing knives on this guy. What? Okay, we're going back to that autosave. Because thankfully the randomizer, I can't remember if it's a vanilla feature or not, because by this point I have no idea what's a vanilla feature or not. I have played so many randomizer runs.
I know I heard something.
Okay, we have the Castle Clinton safe. That's just up the way here. So, repair bot. Okay, getting some pretty generous repair bots this time. It is very odd to see the staircase going that way. Like I said, this is my first time doing a serious run of the mirrored maps feature, but I very much wanted to show it off, show what is in development. Okay, we can use one pick for this, or we can use the, yeah, we have plenty of lockpicks. We can do this. I don't want to give him my explosives that easily. We don't want to do that. You can also see here that there's a clever bit of information shown here, showing that we do have the key for this object, and also the minimum damage required to damage it open. One of the reasons why a person would want to carry around alcohol is that one of the randomizer changes is that if your legs are completely damaged, that is, they are non-existent, then what you can do, something that can be done, is that you can drink alcohol and it will automatically put 1 point into your legs. So you will no longer be crawling down on the floor. Minimum damage 6. That means... minimum damage 5. So yeah, this would, we can still break this one down as well. Okay, looks like they're headed off to face the soldiers in the front. Meanwhile, I will be doing sneaky work over here. I think we'll take the other way around. Oh wait, yes, this is, because these maps are reversed, I have landed myself in a bit of a dead end. Okay, I think this guy will take out using regular darts. And if we're very careful about this, we can make it through without any major disturbance.
That's him.
I wonder what he killed me with. If you, the developers have a Mastodon account that keeps track of your deaths if you have the online features shown. So that may be something to check if you're not sure what the heck just killed. Yeah, that's a Gep gun. This guy is wearing a helmet, which means that it's not nearly so easy to use the pepper spray on him. He will be immune to it, in fact. What are we going to get rid of now? We don't need the tech goggles. We don't need hazmat right now. We'll get rid of the alcohol. Really going to struggle to find... We're almost there. We just need to get rid of some few more things. Oh, maybe? Yes, we have the Gep gun. The Gep gun is the most silent way to take down Manderley. Okay. The Ambrosia barrel could be there on the walkway sometimes, but this time it is not. So we will continue looking for it. Honestly, it's not... Hello, Ramizma. Good to see you. You'll have to tell me if I'm saying that name right, but this is the... In fact, Ramizma was doing a run earlier today, and I highly recommend giving a follow so you can see when the next run is going to happen, because you actually cannot... you can't see the VODs afterwards because they're set to... Oh dear. Let's see if we can... We'll do the tranquilizers on this one. Because Ramizma does not save the VODs afterwards, so you will have to show it for the live stream, so I do certainly recommend that. Looks like I'm getting the pronunciation right. That is very good to hear. Hope you're having a good day. I imagine it's, in fact, it's just starting the day for you, I believe, over in Europe land. Let's see if we can... Okay, I'm hoping that... Oh dear. Take him out. Who is after me right now? Alarm activated. Yeah, I just need to get out of this building, starting with the groceries. Perfect! That's a wonderful way to start a Saturday. I think that's an excellent way to spend the weekend and get a good head start. Ah yes, the staircase is up here. This is our first mirrored map, so unfortunately, yes, I will be quite turned around. Keys to the door of the kiosk. We don't need that right now, but we'll see. Ah, it's all so terribly confusing. Okay, we're going to head on over to... The Ambrosia Barrel could be inside the Mole People. Well, it's not the Mole People, it's the Shanty Town that's over on the other side of Castle Clinton, which is going to be on the left rather than on the right. I am horrifically confused with this layout, but we're having fun. Okay, hopefully UNATCO wins today, because I'm not exaggerating when I say there are some days that UNATCO horribly loses this shootout in the park. Oh, looks like they have a GEP gun, so we don't have that much to worry about. Okay, good, good, good.
They've got hostages in the subway station.
Actually, I forgot to ask since I had to leave the stream early. How did your stream today go? Was it going on for much longer after I left, or was it a bit of a brief demonstration of the mirror maps? Because like I said, this run is effectively what Randomizer did earlier today. It's just that I'm being a horrific copycat in doing the exact same run. Oh, it looks like... Oh, I think that's funny. I think that there's a... A little more than 1 hour. Okay. So it wasn't that much longer, but... It looks like, especially with Dai around, I expect that you probably had a very good feel for this confusing and... Okay, good. Ambrosia. For this confusing and difficult new mode. Okay, one of our very easy bingo goals that we can do right here. I am so confused. I am terribly confused with this layout. One of the things that we can do here is that we can kill the sick man who wants to die. That's an extremely easy bingo goal. Stopped at the UNATCO HQ raid. Very, very good. Okay, so Hong Kong will no doubt be incredibly fun with mirrored maps. At least that's my prediction for it. Let's hope that this is something we can get used to very easily, because this adds a lot of variety to it. It's totally messing with my brain. This fellow wants to die, and therefore I cannot help myself, even though JC says that he cannot. Yeah, this right here, this smokestack, I have to... Sure, thanks for stopping by. I really appreciate the shout out and so on. Like I said, follow Ramizma if you are interested in watching more Deus Ex Randomizer. Very good fellow, very good runner, and you will not be able to see the VODs afterwards, so make sure you give that a chance. We'll see you later, and have a good Saturday to yourself. So now with that sorted out, we're going to head down into the... We're going to head down into the tunnels here, subway tunnels, because if things go very well, then we can sneak into the subway with nobody even knowing that we are around. Which means we're going to be turning to the left here rather than to the right. I expect that this whole mirrored maps business is going to be much more difficult in larger areas like the Hong Kong market and so on. So So yeah, this is one of those areas that I'm talking about where, because it's so large, there's some degree of difficulty in keeping my head straight. If we're very lucky, then what we could do is that we could just open...
Who was that? I didn't see a uniform.
I don't think that's going to work. The way that I was hoping this would work out is that I would open up the door and then these hostages would run in. But because there was... somebody started shooting and then they got scared. So I don't think... we're going to get a chance at that. That's him, he's a cop. 30 credits says I get him. How can we do this? You know, if we really wanted to, we could just use the law and get rid of everybody. That would mean losing out on skill points, but we're not in a major constraint for this right now anyway. I'll just give this a couple more minutes because I don't want to hold the run too long over this.
I think we're safe.
Yeah, you can see that they're trying to get into the subway, but they need the door open, and that's something that I need to do for them. And see, there are these TNT crates over here, so one thing I could do, why don't we try that? We'll give this a shot, literally. No, that's not agreeable. So, what we will try doing is that... How much do I really want to invest in this? That didn't kill him. We did the end of our approach today. Plasma rifle. I do have low gore turned on, but even then you can find some chunks of people after the fact. If I weren't actually recording this, then I'd probably take longer and try to do a better job of this, but after all, I want to keep things going on. I want to make sure that there is something to watch rather than me staring at terrorists for 2 hours or so. Something you'll see here, Hell's Kitchen Subway. This is always going to be the case at the start of Mission 2. Oh good, medbot. Both for our damaged leg and also the way that regeneration works in Randomizer is changed, where that it will only heal you up to a certain point of your damaged parts. So for example, if I wanted to use it on my leg right now, it would only heal my leg up to 32 health points, and then it would stop working. So you can increase that cap by using more of the upgraders on it. But yeah, let's install regeneration. And good, we have a stable medbot with us and here we go. Upgrader. I think that we'll be using the upgrader on running this time.
What are you doing here? You left a hostage. I was pursuing them. Leave some.
I did not leave behind a hostage situation in Battery Park. I destroyed the hostage situation. This is... Okay, this is a normal map. Takes me a second to realize that we are not dealing with a mirrored map here. Repair bot, wow. Very, very generous.
What I'm telling you, girl.
He's done for.
Sucks.
And
Tell you what.
Okay, we have our repair bot, we have our mid bot. We're going to wait for the fighting in the factory to die down while we go in and ask some people for some clues. Okay, and yes, indeed, we are playing Entrance Randomizer. We are now on the rooftops. A left-facing rooftop, I must mention, because typically this would be a right-facing rooftop, so we are indeed in a randomized map. As you can tell, this gives some major exploit opportunities where
That's him. He's a cop.
where you can get major shortcuts through missions like 12, 14, and so on. Like you can skip through. One time I skipped through roughly like 20% of the game through a few lucky skips that I had in Vandenberg. Let's see if this guy is knocked out. Yes, he is. Okay. Choosing the rooftop access gives us very easy access to snipe out many of the people who will be in our way. That sniper rifle is going to be tremendously useful here. How many skill points do we have? 2,000. And yes, we really do want to get that sniper rifle on its way, so yeah, we'll be upgrading that this time. Ah, darn it. I should have been more aware. So while those folks are busy getting angry at things, let's check out this building over here, which is another access point. No, there's no way in. I don't think I want to spend that lockpick. 4 lockpicks, okay. These people should be calming down. Like I said, I'm not listening to the combat music right now to get rid of the echo effect, so whether they're angry or not, I cannot immediately tell. But it looks like things are going quite well for JC Denton's major Ambrosia recovery mission. This one, we're not, we're just going to be using the... We don't need this. Yeah, you can see here, this is a 212 damage, and it is enormous. It is a massive range of effect. Roughly comparable, I think, to... It's bigger than a GEP gun, I think. Pretty much bigger than a GEP gun. A throwing knife duel, of course. The NSF are getting more and more creative, I see. Okay. We are... See, that would give us easy access over here, but we're going to... How are we going to do this? Since we do have level 2... Yeah, let's try that. We'll try getting up here, since we do have the level 2 legs. Oh right, of course, I could just do this. Funny how the mirrored maps messes with your brain. I'll be the first to admit that this is not a map that I know extremely well. There are a few routes that I always forget about when I'm going through it. When a friend of mine was playing the game for the very first time and he dropped through the stained glass... Okay, multi-tool, that was worth it. Stained glass window on top of one of the nearby apartments here. I said, what stained glass window are you talking about? So, this is indeed Deus Ex. Nobody knows everything about it, and I'm certainly not the person who would be that omniscient person that we speak of. Where is... Okay, we can land down here. The generator is moved to several locations somewhere in this map. There's an apartment next to the NSF warehouse where it could possibly be. We do want to check that out while we have the opportunity. That is through here. That's always a risky jump. Okay, medkit. Good, good. And is the generator down here? It is not. Okay. Alternatively, the computer to turn off the generator's cooling system is also randomized, so that could be in a different location as well. I would have to hack it since I don't believe that I know the code for it right now. Let us through, let us through, let us... No, I need the... Okay, and we're... Yes, that is always a risky jump. I don't care how many times I attempt to make it, I'm always going to fail a few of them. So, we're doing a... We're doing an infiltration on this side because there are times when the generator can be in the sewers, or Jock could show up there at the end of the mission. So we are... getting rid of that knife. Good, okay. There are a couple lambs over here that I really want to pick up if I get the opportunity. Let's see if... one of them was destroyed, I see. Okay, we have the basement warehouse key, code rather. That could be quite useful. Okay, we have too many lambs already, so that's not going to be useful right now. Anything here? Nothing here, okay. Actually, since we already have enough lambs, then I can use that to destroy this over here. Grab the lamb that we just deactivated, and we will make New York's pollution situation even worse by tossing that in. I can't imagine how filthy that water must be. And... okay, since we know that it's not going to be down here, there's another placement right here where the generator could be. Also, there's a very annoying invisible wall right there. Looks like it's not... I don't think it's over there. I'll get up on the rooftop and see if we have a better vantage point for this thing. You can see that I'm literally going through this thing and then getting shot back out, so that's quite annoying. How do we do this? How are we going to... maybe we'll have to go all the way over. Maybe that's something that we're going to have to do. Deus Ex construction, always a very clever hobby to pick up. Brought to you by the makers of Polybridge. Okay, this thing out of the way. Since this is a completely randomized seed, I have no idea what's waiting for me. You can choose set seeds, if that is something that appeals to you. There are some seeds where you can get, for example, a bingo super fast, and then you can set the game to end on a single bingo. If that is something that appeals to you, then you are certainly free to do so. Is that enough? Or is he just faking me out? Don't go far, I need to take care of you. Okay, one of the places where the computer for turning off the generator could be is on this there it is. Well, it's not necessarily that. It could be an email computer that instead says where to find the right computer. Sawed off. We do not need the sawed off. It does 7 damage for 5 hits. This is the stained glass window I was talking about, which leads into the very apartment building where we were previously. Deus Ex is so massive that no person will ever know all of its secrets. Okay, what we would have to do is hack this Holy Smokes thing. Well, not the Holy Smokes thing, but rather the computer that's on it. This is email computer, darn it. Well, since we're being a little unfair, we're going to hack it, we're going to find out where the computer is, and then we will reload afterwards. Every reload, generator in the basement, generator's computer in the break room. Yeah, since we already have the warehouse code, then the easiest way will just be to go into the warehouse basement and destroy the generator there, because there's no way on earth I'm going into the actual NSF headquarters right now. It's funny how the removal of one single weapon, the pistol, really changes so much of the game, because you no longer have that very trustworthy basic firearm to get you through the first levels. Okay, so far things have gone pretty well. What we're doing here is that we need to go to find the warehouse. Yeah, it's going to be on the left side this time. Doggy will unfortunately be disposed of. He simply was found fighting for the wrong side. That's going to be an alarm, and that means people getting angry. We can wait out this alarm. We'll give it a shot. We'll see if we can find our way over to the warehouse ramp. This dog should not be an issue for one such as JC Denton. Okay, the ramp is going to be our key to finding the generator. As you can tell, if there's one objective that really robs a lot of time from you, then a speed run becomes very, very difficult to maintain, and that's just the luck of the draw, which is why somebody like Jesus on Wheels gets a lot of respect from me. It's a mentality that I have a hard time keeping up with, but oh dear, this is terrible. But if you were interested in that, then there's a lot of room for new competitors.
Good job, JC. The power just died at the NSF headquarters.
I'm gonna get this pig.
Go to the roof. A chopper is arriving with Agent Herman on board. He will lock down the warehouse while you take the chopper back to HQ.
Careful. These natural guys got all the tricks.
We've hardly suffered any damage so far. What was that primary goal? Hold on. What did Alex... Okay, through some inexplicable benefactor, apparently somebody has destroyed the generator. That sometimes happens, like a person runs into it by accident, and because of the way the Unreal Engine works, then the object gets destroyed. So we're going to close these people back up, close their tuna can lid on them, And the time has come that we will begin looking for Jock. The helicopter is randomized in several different locations. Good heavens, he'd really decided to take it easy on us this time.
Glad to finally meet you.
We're missing out on an odd canister by doing this. And apparently we get the drunk Jock camera by taking this way out. Apparently we are going to miss out on one augmentation canister by taking this easy route out, but...
Your mission was a success. Just about the only
Gosh, this is so confusing. UNATCO was not randomized last time, but it is this time. Crazy. Okay, we have the repair bot here. As I'm going to show, it's not going to actually repair us anything. Regeneration is not going to help us out. We will check out our... Oh, it was already unlocked. Good. Flare, not useful. And that has brought us up to 2 times checking the SATCOM wiring. Loot in here is nothing. Okay. The merchant is over there dancing, having a very fun time dancing. And, okay, we'll see if there are any goodies inside UNATCO and then head off to Mission 3. The entrance randomizer is very limited in places where your opportunities are in a linear fashion, where your objectives are in a linear fashion, such as, for example, the start of every mission where you're going to UNATCO. Those are cases where it's not going to... Another mirrored map, crazy. This is another case
I was Mr.
where we are going to see fully linear maps. Once we go into the underground underneath the phone booth in Mission 3, then the mirrored maps will be... rather, the entrance random maps will start happening again.
They told us to hang tight.
Know your enemy. 2... Yeah, I mean, if I wanted to complete that bingo goal, then this is how you do it. You just look at these know your enemy bulletins that are inside UNATCO.
I cannot wait forever.
Gosh, it's so confusing seeing this backwards.
Hello, JC. Come in. Clerical tasks first.
Could have performed better in a subway station.
Yes, sir.
That's perfectly reasonable.
I
Making
have been
people...
waiting for 20 minutes.
Making people the subject of a law is not always the best option that a UNATCO agent has within his reach. I'm just going to check if there's a medbot down here, and then we will head on out to...
Those jerks from Washington think they own the place.
Right, we can talk with General Carter, as we love to call him. Also, we can follow Walton Simons. There is a bingo goal for... In fact, let's take a quick look. There is a bingo goal for following Walton Simons into the interrogation and making him mad, but that's not on our grid today. We have room? Yeah, we've got room. Recoil, okay.
Agent Deb. Mr. Sir, I'm getting the impression that the folk.
Perfect. And it looks like that sniper rifle is going to be very useful for us in the future, so... Any medbots in here? Any medbots? No, but this is wonderful. And also we can check Alex's closet since we have his code. Where the heck is the false floor when everything is backwards? No, it's not. Has to be over here, yeah. I am terribly confused. Yes, here we go. Okay. Okay, looks like we don't have any medbots to help us out here, so let's
Earlier tonight in the statue,
leave.
I bet you had at least half a dozen times.
It's the muscle memory, really, that really gets to you, where you assume you're going to be turning right because you're going on your way out of UNATCO, and you end up turning left. One thing I could be doing is that I could be eating all of the candy bars and soda that are inside the vending machines. Those are good for a quick heal, but
Your chopper's ready, Agent.
I have not been taking advantage of that as yet.
They've got some kind of specialist from Washington.
How are we on energy? 100%. Good. Yeah. No need for anything else. Let's get Jock to take us around. This is going to deliver us in Battery Park. However, after Battery Park, like I mentioned, once we enter the phone booth, there are no guarantees. We can end up anywhere inside of the Mission 3 maps. And you can also enter some places backwards. This will shuffle among any of the entrances whatsoever. Harley Philbin, we have money, yeah.
Who's that?
We're going to find the mole people
We scared him off.
representative over somewhere around here, and we're going to give him the underworld clue. So, Battery Park was mirrored for us both times now. Makes me wonder if it's going to be mirrored on the escape as well in Mission 4. That's the same thing happening there. Looks like the mole people are not over here. Curly, that is. As I showed in the menu, the mirrored maps thing is optional. You do not have to play with it if you do not want to. It is a good bit of variety for players who are used to Deus Ex and have already pretty much conquered the normal layout of the maps and so on. It's a good bit of variety for what really is not a major investment in terms of like programming, coding, that kind of thing. We have an energy bot, but no med bot. Green glow is repair bot. Okay. Where is Curly? He might actually be inside the subway. I think he can be down here. Yes, Curly, good.
Oh, thank you again.
Yeah.
So by buying that code from... Oh dear. Oh no, that's clearly not meant to happen. By buying the code, I got 55 free skill points from Harley Philbin. Not a great return, but it is something worth mentioning. And very surprisingly, we have our first map as vanilla.
After the quakes, the homeless drifted
And
down here. Junkies, runaways, grifters.
gosh, at this point, I don't even know if this is mirrored or not.
The so-called mole people have permanent living quarters in an adjacent tunnel system not on my map.
I'll have to see if there's a med boss somewhere around here. Yeah, this is normal. Okay. There comes a point where you look so far into the abyss that the abyss looks back at you, by which I mean that the mirrored maps, you can't even tell if they're mirrored anymore or not. Just doing this for the skill points because we can easily use this lamb to also break open the bathroom entrance to the mole people land. So it's whether you want to use the one, or whether you want to use the lamb on the one or the other. Also, this map has a ton of lambs available to us, as you can see right there. And because he's so far away from everybody else, nobody is going to get angry for the crime. At least they better not. We'll get rid of these smokes. And if I am right...
You mean the...
that's perfect value. Okay, good. That'll get us It would be nice if we could find a med bot somewhere around here, but...
The doctors in that clinic, they ain't working.
Okay, this is going to take us... Oh, wow.
Relax, JC. I told the troops to stand
Yeah,
down.
this is, you'd think this is a major skip, but it's also not at the same time, and the reason for that, you'd think that this would get us right into the 747, but no, this is sending us bottom of the, oh no, the bottom of the elevator in the helibase. This is... Okay, good. The elevator is coming up, but that's actually not the biggest problem that we have. The real issue that we have is that we're going backwards through the most heavily defended part of the helibase. So... this looks cool, but it's really, really not, and we don't... No camera or anything, right? Looks like the camera was moved, which is a very nice advantage on our behalf. We don't have gas grenades or anything. Really should have picked those up in Liberty Island. What are we going to do here? Since we're already full on lambs, we can use lambs on the two guys that are waiting out here. We don't want to use rockets. We need a lot more. So yes, we're going to try... Oh no, that's a terrible throw. We can do much better than that. We can go back for more lambs inside the mole people area, but for that. Inside the subway station, but there's no... If we can avoid doing that, then it's all the better. T-I-X-E, isn't that amazing? Okay, something that is available to us now is that we have a branching path. We can go into the pond entrance on the far side. And I think that's what we're going to do first. And the other option is that we can go backwards through this map normally. A fun feature of entrance rando is that they had to add backwards routes for a lot of these maps, because otherwise you get trapped trying to go backwards through a map that it's obliging you to do so, and yet you cannot do it because there's no method of going through. So they had to sort of carve out some special methods for you to return to some routes the game never intended you to return through. We might be seeing one of those pretty soon. Base damage, that's rubber bullets. Trained. Yeah, we don't have... Once we get into mission 5, then we're going to get the chance to... Rather, the game is going to re-roll for us. Oh my word. Swimming goes up to 241% speed. Yeah, we'll do that. It'll be the only time in this run that we increase our speed. Unlike with Vanilla Matter, you do not get the things like the fall roll and the increased walking speed from doing athletics. So this will pretty much be the only benefit that we have from doing this. But 241% swimming speed, that's amazing. Okay, it looks like we're clear, so I am going to take the pond entrance. Yes, that's going to be this way, I believe. What you saw right there is the password, like I had on Mission 1, Liberty Island. The game randomly generates some turrets and cameras, and then you can often find the password for those things in various parts of the map that they're generated in. So with any luck, you'll be able to turn them off, or if you want to, turn them to your advantage if there's a turret that's attached to them. Likewise, they can be hacked like normal ones. Okay, we are I think, yeah, we can move this out of the way. And can I jump this? Okay. One of the things you see here is that they added these valve wheels. They themselves do nothing, but they allow you to climb, taking a route that otherwise would not be possible. It's a bit finicky, I'll admit, but yes, you can get up that way. And we're going to see if that's necessary this time, because the game could be generating a route through here that we may have to top of elevator. Okay, we are now in the airport.
This is the terminal at LaGuardia owned by
Private section of LaGuardia.
We're certain, based on what you've discovered, that he's working with terrorists.
So here, again, we have two branching paths. There is one map transition that is inside the fishing shack, which leads to the lake, which ironically would have been the one that we just came out of, but here we are. And the other one is going into the airport, the hangar itself, where you would normally find Paul. So each of those is going to have its own map transition as well. This is not like a Link to the Past entrance randomizer where you have like 400 doors leading to 400 things. It's a lot more localized than that, which is something we can be really grateful for. So you don't have to make extensive notes or tear your hair out trying to think, okay, where did I leave that one thing that I was looking for? Nevertheless, yes, you will have to remember some things as you're going about. Okay, it sounds like somebody's mad at us. And good heavens, who just shot us? Oh no. Oh, that must have been a gas grenade. Okay, our leg is 12%, so what we're going to want to do is that we turn on the healing AUG, and it'll get us that far. That was a terrible thing, and I really hope that I did not softlock my... Yes, that happens. That will certainly happen. Do we have... Yes, we have EMP. Okay. But hey, that's the reason why we have the regeneration AUG. So we can cover up for silly mistakes like that one I just made. Going to be an ambrosia container somewhere in this map, and it only has a few locations. Haven't found it yet, but maybe it's over by the hangar. We'll have to keep our eyes out for that one. This is genuinely, along with the Paris Catacombs, one of my least favorite maps in the game. Not that I say that I dislike it, but it's huge. It has so many enemies, and you never feel like you're in control of the movement that you're making. That is, there's always somebody coming around some corner to sneak up on you. That was amazing. In fact, I should be able to crawl through that little hole there. This is the merchant, so he doesn't matter. However, if I'm unlucky, he might alert people. No, okay, good. He does not alert people. Security tower key has been added. We might find that useful.
I saw somebody. I got this one.
Will this guy open up for us? He might not be able to. Yes, okay. I was going to hop through the little square right there, but it's all the same. Now this guy right here, we will probably want to take out with a tranquilizer shot so that he doesn't alert the other people around him.
I think he's dead. That's it.
Actually, he might, at this distance, I think we might be good. Okay, good. Otherwise, there might be turrets around here that would shoot me, so I'm glad that that was not the case. Rather, we could prevent him from turning on the alarm. Okay, we got some rockets out of that. Now, normally this is where you're coming up on the end of the mission, but we have no idea where this door is going to lead to. It could lead us right into the Mole People tunnels, or anywhere else pretty much. What are we throwing away now? Well, in any case, this is disposable, so I'm just going to use this scope. Yep, got it. Okay. Yes, we do have our trusty law here, which is here quite frequently. Not every time, but it is very often going to be there. And it's really quite useful. Oh wow, that's terrible. Because we may actually be using it on that bot right there. If we were really going for the economy play, then I would wait for it to go over there so I can shoot at the ceiling and destroy the bot and the lockers, which would allow me access probably into where the access code for the hangar is. Let's see if this bot wants to calm down. And with any luck, we'll be able to destroy 2 birds with 1 stone. I have no idea how that did not destroy it. Maybe we'll have to take a more direct approach next time. That was more direct. Rebreather, we could use that later, but not now. Recoil. Yes, that's the hangar code. That's what we need.
I got this.
Really now? Really? Oh, now that's annoying. That's really... Well, that's all my energy gone, but I'm not... I mean, I have... This leads to the Mole People bathroom. Of course it does. So yeah, what I'm going to do is that I'm going to check out the pond entrance instead. Reloading is registered in your save. So when it's setting up, rather when it's generating your leaderboard score, it removes 25 points. No, I think it's 25 points, maybe 50 points for every load that you do. A typical score is around 100,000-ish. So if you're extremely abusive with the saving and the loading, then yes, that's going to take you down eventually. Okay, good. That one's disabled. But you would have to be like in the order of several hundred saves for you to really be affected by that. And I forgot my Gep gun. I should really go pick that up. Now I'm wondering, there was a repair bot, but that was way over in the, that was off in the subway station. So we'll see if we can find one that's a bit closer in the meantime. It would be nice. Okay, good. We did make it through. It would be nice to have some energy just in case, but that's not a major priority for us. We're mostly through with this mission. Oh, right, the GEP gun. The GEP gun I left in here. And I am out of energy, so I can't do this hop again, but I can open this up. And we're good. Once we take out Lebedev, then the enemy soldiers are replaced with friendly ones, and that would make it much easier to search for a repair bot, which is one of the main reasons why I'm putting that off for now. Looks like that's the merchant spying on us from afar. Okay, we have the east gate key. That'll make it much easier to return, just in case we need to. I hope that we don't have to go through the mole people tunnels to get back out, but or rather to make it to the 747, but that may in fact be what the intended route is. There's only one way to make it to the 747. Oh, you are kidding me. This is the mole people entrance. So yes, this is a circular route. This is going to lead us through and from, yeah. We don't even have to enter, now we know exactly. So the true entrance is to go back through the airport. And that's what Entrance Rando can do to you sometimes. That is certainly a capability. I think, yeah, we're good. Okay. That'll bring us a little bit closer to the repair bot that we were talking about previously. It would be nice to refill on energy. Look at that 241%. This seems somewhat expected that you would do it with the speed hog, but it's not totally necessary. It's a little slippery, but not all that bad. We will climb back up through here. Ramizma, good to see you back. How are you doing? We're only going to be going up to the end of this mission, so I'm not going to be streaming much longer, but it is good to have somebody here to be along for the stream. Right, I want to go back up the elevator into this. Oh dear. Just like that? Wow. Terrible. Okay. Now that flamethrower could be really useful, but I don't plan on grabbing that from him. Okay, good. What is my health anyway? On the torso? Yeah, it should be better than that. Okay, we will dispose of this fellow. And get rid of... Okay, good, good. The summer months of France. France is actually not a country that I hear people talking about the heat a lot. I figure it would be more manageable around the Spain and especially around England because of the outlying sea and so on. But for France, I'm surprised I haven't heard people talk much more about the heat over there. And I imagine that France probably gets really humid. This one takes too long to recharge, so we'll come back afterwards. Wait, we want to go back in here. And we'll turn on our regeneration just for topping off. Okay. So we have to do a cross through the airport terminal that you would normally do forwards. Now we're going to be doing backwards. I think what we'll be doing here is that we'll be destroying this explosive barrel and thus taking out the... Yes, looks like that was a successful operation. Has this guy seen us? In fact, I'm going to set this to 5 because that's much more useful.
I got this.
You're entering a Hella-based terminal below a private section of LaGuardia. Veer to the east. You should be able to take the elevator to ground level. If you hit trouble, double back across the platform. There's a sewer drain to the northwest which leads to a pond next to the airfield. We think we might know who's moving the shipment. More in a minute.
Okay. One of the things that is randomized is the ability for enemy soldiers to wear helmets, which made them immune to the pepper spray that I was using there. So there are indeed limiting factors here.
Take him out.
But if you see a normal NSF soldier like this, oh gosh, I'm out. Use. So if you see a normal one like this, then he will indeed be affected by it. We really want to get out of here as fast as humanly possible because there are so many soldiers inside the Hella base that it's quite unhealthy for us to stay there for any extended period of time. Check my health, and yeah, we're down below regenerate. Okay. This will... Oh yeah, there are 2 ways through here. The mirrored map is not helping me whatsoever with this exploration. Nope. Not accepting that one. Okay, this is what I was talking about, that there are some cases where you are required to go backwards through something that the game never intended. So normally these would fall down on you, but here they do not. Normally you need to extend the bridge over there, but since we have no method of extending the bridge, the devs decided to add this very clever little thing right here, and that allows us to cross over. Now, I should probably be able to do this without any consequences by crossing through the... Yeah, the turret should not cause any trouble there. Let's see, that is... What we can do is use one of these, the fire extinguishers, as needed. But I think today we'll go for the tranquilizer dart. If we're really smart, then we might not even do anything with this guy. We could just go out without any consequences for escaping. And we've pretty much fully explored Mission 3, so I'm really hoping that this is indeed the 747 that will be in front of us right now.
Be careful, though. The terrorists probably expect intruders.
747 interior, yep. See, that's the thing. If I had gone here earlier, then this would have been a very quick route through Mission 3, but that was not the case. Okay, our AUG here is Cloak. Very useful. We will definitely agree with Cloak. And this, okay, diagram. Ambrosia.
Looks like you're on the right track. That's one of the 3 missing barrels.
Actually, that last key, that was private quarters. Yes, we don't need to destroy anything over here. JC is a hungry boy. He will always be happy to eat some of that soy food. Okay, one of the things we want to do here... Talking to Lebedev gives us some more skill points, so I do want to do that. It's a little bit more if I manage to save his life. But I can't guarantee that, so I'm just going to talk to him now.
Think.
Actually, it would be better to do this with a lamb if I possibly can. Now she's a very smart UNACO agent. She knows that a bomb is a bad choice in close range combat. Okay, that'll make our mission 4 a bit simpler. Mission 5 much simpler, for multiple reasons. One is that she's not going to show up at in my prison cell. Number 2 is that... Ah yes, now we have to find our way all the way back to the helibase, the airport rather. Yeah, one of the reasons why I didn't use the GEP gun this time, I'm a bit short. Well, I have 8 rockets now, but for most of the run I've been short on rockets, so I have been trying to preserve them this time, but in this case, I actually did have enough. If I'm lucky, then we can just get moving through here. Maybe I can... Yeah, we'll use the water method instead. Ah yes, this is always annoying. It's just high enough that it doesn't want you to jump in. This might be a problem. Okay, we made it. Now the only thing we have to do is return to find Jock at the airport, and most of the hostile soldiers around there should be disposed of. I don't believe that they'll be on in this map, although if they were, that would be a very nice present. We'll find out in just a minute as we come up to the ground floor. Yes, okay. Okay, friendlies. Good. That'll make things easier for us. And I don't remember which way... Yes, I think that the... Right, we had to go down this way. So, actually, while we have the time, I'm going to search for the upgrader that's inside this map, because we no longer have any hostiles to deal with.
Sir.
It should not be there it is. Yeah. Okay. We have always useful, more running.
We've disabled the security grid.
And I do... Oh gosh, not that thing. Figures. Yeah, it's not something that you would normally find on an ordinary run, because you have no reason to come all the way back here, unless you, for example, knew that the augmentation canister was on this map and so on. There were previous versions where enemy soldiers would spawn alongside clone soldiers, like the rando soldiers that get added, and then they would exist on the map side by side and not fight each other, which is kind of annoying. You'd think that they'd help you out during a fight and so on, but
All clear, sir. In
recent versions they managed to patch out the clone soldiers so that only the friendlies are here. Very that's a range. I don't need range. Very good improvement on their part. And like I say, this randomizer is under extremely active development. Like, you show up on a Saturday, you have one version, and on Monday they have entirely new features and so on, and you didn't even know about it. So yes, they're constantly coming up with more things to surprise you with. So anybody watching this, I highly recommend it. This is an amazing improvement on what is truly an amazing game, and which is... Is he... Yes, he's dead. That's not good. In any case, they're not blaming me for it. Let me just wait for the camera to die down here. Okay. Guess he has nothing. I guess they wouldn't expect you to provoke any combat here either. Okay, I can't remember where the airport is. I do apologize to the viewer for that. But it should not take us long to find Gunther and the airport. Hangar door 747. I will very much try to proceed to the helipad, Gunther. If you could give me a few clues on where it is, I would totally appreciate that. No, this is the wrong way. And this is... yeah, we can wait. We can wait 15 seconds while it recharges. Like I said before, there's not necessarily need to take down like notes like you would do with a Zelda entrance randomizer or something like that. But if you wanted to, sure, that would help. Especially if you want to do, for example, speedruns on it and so on. If a person were to speedrun entrance rando, then you would really be looking for that golden seed that lets you skip like 3/4 of the game just through a few quick sequence breaks.
All clear, sir.
Okay, we'll drop down into the lake, and yes, now I'm remembering. It was the... Where the heck is the entrance? Yes, okay. Drop down into the lake, and I remember that we had this fairly ironic connection from one part of the airport to another.
Standard.
Alright, Mr. Harriman, let's get out of here.
Look, it's true.
So I'm going to take it up to the end of the next UNATCO, and then we will end the stream here. While we have the opportunity, I just want to say a huge thanks to Die Forever and the Astropath, who are the two active developers for this randomizer. They're doing amazing work. They ask for no... I mean, like, they are working like crazy for this, and I believe that they really do merit a tremendous amount of support and appreciation for that. So if this is your first time seeing a Deus Ex Randomizer stream, I highly recommend picking it up, giving it a try, coming into the Discord, which is available. You can find that on the Randomizer's download page. Yes, the two really, they are very, very skilled at the things they do. I've been seeing them work in both Windows and Linux, and probably Mac, to make sure that this functions properly. They're programming, I guess, in several languages to make this happen, along with, you know, the actual Unreal Engine itself. We do continually work out bugs for continually developed features, but for me, that is a lot of the fun, being a trailblazer
I guess
in a mod for a really, really incredible game like Deus Ex, a game that doesn't necessarily ever need to die. Okay, yes, we have the biocell. I'm just going to check if we have... Is this a medbot? Repair bot. Just going to check really quick if there's a medbot anywhere around here, because that would be really useful to get the head start on our next session.
what kind of thing?
Blind eyes, a sharp burning, almost electrical.
How many biocells do I have? Oh right, we can use the upgrader. Forgot about that. Biocells, 11 biocells. That's looking great for
100%.
our next sessions. But yes, the Astropath and Die Forever also stream. Astro does a lot of different games, like especially Zelda and things like that, but Die Forever also streams development of Deus Ex Randomizer. So they are two people that you can add to your follow list. Okay.
Not so good.
Nobody blames you. I'll take the Gip Rocket. Never have enough of those. And okay, we can start using medkits, and I think that's good enough. That'll get us into the safe zone. And untrained in medicine, I'm getting 66. That's crazy, and I have no incentive whatsoever to upgrade it for next time. Level 3, amazing. Okay, contrary to our wishes, we're going to be taken to New York, and that is where we will end this stream. Whether the next one is a stream or a local recording, we're going to pick up where we left off here, and we will try try to save Paul from the terrible mess that he's gotten himself into.
We'll miss you, Agent.
Gosh, this is such a mess. The mirrored map. Oh, yes, right. And actually, yes, we need to check the SATCOM wiring. I forgot about that. There it is. You can see it flash on the bingo right there.
My order.
Okay, and when we touch down, I'm going to close up and save. So, thanks a lot for coming around, Randomizer. Like I said, give this great fellow a follow, because you will definitely want to see more Deus Ex Randomizer streams, and that is what Randomizer is definitely providing. And as for me, this is where today's stream ends, but I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope this has been a good experience for showing a little bit of Entrance Randomizer and the mirrored maps, and hopefully this shows a little bit more of what Deus Ex is capable of. So yes, definitely give the Randomizer a download and try to keep up with its development, because it is truly wonderful. As for me, I will see you all next time. Thank you very much.